We got some news to get into today, boys. Hot fixes to fix the hot fixes. Yeah, we had some of that yesterday. Also, current DPS standings and charts, looking at, the post kind of rework of a lot of classes right now. So we got some updated shit to talk about. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight in. Here we go, boys. If you're a tester of testers, that's right, on the PTR, and you want to test the new Sporefall raid and a few other things, well, now's your chance. Starting on May 13th, we got a testing basically going on of the new Sporefall raid that'll be coming in 12.0.7. This thing will be running from the 15th to the 25th, so starting tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. PDT. So jump in there and test out the new Sporefall raid if you like. You can also test out the new Dragonflight Timewalking shit. So yeah, testing out the old shit in the new way. That's right, 6 Timewalking dungeons should now be testable, and that should be a good time for anybody who wants to rehash some dragon shit. And then a few item things here and there that can be fixed. The Galactic Gladiator, Aspirant, Warmonger, and a few other things that can be testable on the PTR. Going forward, 12.0.7 is about a month away, boys, so we're not too far off from that. Looking forward to it. Warlords of Draenor Timewalking. Speaking of, current Timewalking, that's going on. If you missed out on some of it, there's still time to do it. WoD Timewalking happening. 50% bonus to all WoD-specific factions and everything else, your typical Timewalking shit. Also a reminder, though, WoD Timewalking brings some of the coolest mounts, honestly, for any Timewalking. I mean, the Nightfall Skyreaver raids, I forgot this one was available. It's a badass fucking mount. I'm pretty sure I got it, but I'm going to go double check on that. Also, the Beast Lord's Iron Tusk. I mean, just some good looking mounts, honestly. You say what you want about WoD. It had a cool theme to it. All the metal and lava everywhere. So yeah, good looking ones. Just a PSA out there. If you want to go ahead and get these, make sure you do before the Timewalking event ends at the next reset. Ascendant Void Shards, okay? Blizzard dropped a hotfix, or I should say a hot change, where they made these things now basically lootable from any source, or not any source, but 100% drop rate from the sources they're supposed to come from. So we're talking about Raid, we're talking about Mythic Plus, Bountiful Delves, even the Prey system on Nightmare mode. So these things now drop it at 100% clip rate. Well, people read that patch and jumped in and said, well, it's not working. Turns out it wasn't really live. Blizzard had announced it, said it was going to happen later in the day, so now it's officially live. If you weren't getting your 100% drop rate, maybe now go in and do it. Also, people were having the issue with the whole, crafting items not being upgraded. So here's what Blizzard said, because some people were still having the issues of the hotfix not happening. They think you should just unplug and replug, basically. Yeah, try unplugging your router. No, just basically relogging. They said if your character was online during the time that the hotfix was deployed, no additional steps are necessary if your character wasn't live. But if it was, and you're still having issues, try going out, logging back in, and that should work, hopefully. If not, helpful note that in a reply here with the impacted name of the character and the server, you can go ahead and click on this original post and reply with the issue still occurring for you, and Blizzard should reach out and try to fix it. So I'll link that in the chat and down below for anyone who's still having an issue. You can go to this blue post, click the View Original button right here, and comment your character name and stuff that you're still having issues. But yeah, I mean, like I said, a hotfix needing a hotfix. It's just, yeah, it's Blizzard. What are we going to do these days? Moving on to some other shit here. The Void Feather Dragonhawk. For all the classic Andys out there, there's a Classics anniversary going down right now for the Burning Crusade. And if you didn't know, by logging in and playing through, I think it's the introduction scenario, there it is, completing the Midnight Air introduction scenario will give you the Void Feather Dragonhawk. This is only still available until May 17th, so only a few days left for this. So if you wanted to get it, go get it. I don't even understand what all these classics are about anymore. But yeah, evidently you can get this Void Hawk mount if you want to play through the early part of the Midnight campaign. And now moving on to the important shit. We got updated numbers, updated shit going down here. Let's look at the post-tuning changes and how all the classes are stacking up here for Raid specifically. So first off, we're looking at Mythic Raid. We're looking at the top specs, the ones that are being played the most in Mythic rating right now. And it looks like Death Knight Unholy. That's right, 82 top score, maxed out parses. So this basically looks at the number of parses for each class and spec. And, more parses means it's more popular. So right now, Unholy DK sitting at the top, followed by Frost Mage, Demonology Warlock, Devour Demon Hunter, Retribution Paladin, Bestiality Hunter, Augmentation Evoker, Fury Warrior, Warrior, Shaman. We got Elemental for them, Balanced Druid, and Sub-Titty Rogue. Kind of rounding out your top boys there all the way to the bottom. The least parsed out classes right now. Arcane Mage at the very bottom, followed by Fire Mage. Jesus, man. Mage, I mean, they got the Frost and then nothing else, basically. Devastation Evoker also being devastated. Ass Rogue down here. Outlaw Rogue, they're sitting in the same spot kind of as Mage, where, like, they got Sub-Titty up here, and then nothing else going on for them. Enhancement Shaman down here as well. Affliction and Destruction Warlock. Same theme here with them. So we got 2 Warlock specs down at the bottom, and then just Demonology up at the top. So those are kind of what's happening at the bottom right now. These are not the DPS numbers. These are just the number of parses again. So yeah, what hunter? I know. Let's look at the actual numbers here. So 95th percentile, we're talking about Mythic rating, your top boys, the numbers they're pulling off right now, and here they are. So at the very top, Survival Hunter. That's right, Survival Hunter taking the top spot in Mythic rating right now. Best DPS out there, followed by Frost Death Knight, Windwalker Monk, Destro Warlock, and Demonology Warlock. Interestingly enough, not being played a lot, and then yet showing up here on the DPS charts pretty high. So there you go. Marksmanship Hunter, Frost Mage, Sub-Titty Rogue, Devour Demon Hunter, Outlaw Rogue, Arms Warrior, and Havoc Demon Hunter, kind of rounding out the top boys there. From the very bottom, we see Feral Druid down here at the very bottom in terms of DPS, followed by Arcane and Fire Mage sitting at the bottom. That's why nobody's playing them. Ass Rogue down here as well. Devastation Evoker, Bestiality Hunter, Augmentation Evoker, Affliction Warlock, Retribution Paladin, and then you got your Shaman brothers, Elemental and Enhancement down here as well. So yeah, interesting numbers. This isn't, the average man's numbers. We're going to look at Heroic Raid too and see how that's parsing out. But right now, these are the numbers for Mythic Raid. We're talking about the tops of the top boys. So overall damage, okay? This is partially what we looked at right now. That was overall damage. But if you want to look at like specific single target boss damage, how are these guys doing overall against the bosses? Well, Frost DK and Unholy DK taking the lead right now. These guys are top boys, single target, just blasting shit apart, having a good time. Assassination Rogue just behind them, followed by Frost Mage, Sub-Titty Rogue, Augmentation Evoker, Affliction Warlock, Shadow Priest, and Arms Warrior. Those are your big boys at the top right now. At the bottom for single target, Balanced Druid. Looks like we got Devour Demon Hunter, also not doing very good on single target. Fury Warrior, Arcane Mage, Fire Mage, Devastation Evoker, Windwalker Monk, and Beast Mastery Hunter. Yes, I do know how to say the name correctly. So there you go. Those are your boss numbers, but we're all regular Andys out here. Just regular guys doing regular things. Let's see what the regular people are doing. So let's look at the heroic numbers, okay? Heroic numbers for DPS and heroic numbers for the parses. So right now, joining a heroic raid, what are you probably going to see the most of? Frost Mage. The most parsed out class right now in the game for heroic raid is Frost Mage, followed by Retribution Paladin, Unholy DK, Beast Mastery Hunter, Devour Demon Hunter, Demonology Warlock, Fury Warrior, Elemental Shaman, and Balanced Druid. Shadow Priest just behind them as well. Augmentation Evoker still showing up. They're mid right now. They do a lot of good things for the raids, just not a lot of people playing them. So there you go. At the bottom, I mean, there's no difference here between Mythic and Heroic. It looks like Fire Mage and Arcane Mage. Down here at the bottom, Devastation Evoker. You got your 2 Outlaw and Ass Rogues. Those are your rogue specs there. Marksmanship Hunter, Frost DK sitting at the bottom. Interestingly enough, I mean, they're doing great numbers, and yet they're not being played a lot. Probably just because a lot of people are playing Unholy instead. That's probably what it is. And then you got your 2 Warlock specs, Affliction and Destruction sitting there. So that's what the numbers look like right now for Heroic in terms of popularity. What do they look like in terms of DPS? Well, there's some similarities here between Mythic and Heroic. Right now, we see Survival Hunter sitting at the top, Sub-Titty Rogue, Frost DK, Frost Mage, Unholy DK, Affliction Warlock, Marksmanship Hunter, Ass Rogue, and Shadow Priest for the tops. At the very bottom, man, these mage specs are hurting. I mean, if you're not talking Frost Mage, you're not talking at this point. What the hell? Every single chart, they're at the bottom, basically. We see Arcane Mage down here, Feral Druid, Fire Mage, Destro Warlock, Augmentation Evoker, Devastation Evoker, Havoc Demon Hunter, Elemental Shaman, and Devour Demon Hunter, all sitting near the bottom. We see Heroic people don't care. I mean, we see Devour Demon Hunter being played a shit ton, and then they're not doing that big damage. So, interesting numbers. Always fun to look at this shit. For the most part, I would say, you know, obviously play what you like playing. You don't have to play whatever the meta is or whatever the best specs are right now. Remember, a lot of this is just people playing the hot thing of the month, people playing the hot thing of the patch. A lot of this will change going forward, but right now, these are all your post-tuning numbers. And for today, that is all in terms of news.